Greetings. So, Nostalgia Revisited. It was absolutely fantastic. And the funny part.
What's the funny
part? Oh my God, that lady's so funny. The funny part is that I'm sitting there and I'm actually proud of myself that I didn't have the syrup. Because it's like there was so much goo on it from this key lime juice that they had on there. This high fructose corn syrup. Perfectly made for tourists. So anyway, so that was really cool. And there's a part of me that thinks it would be cool too, even if I didn't like it. But the woman that was working there was funny, or my waitress, right? I'm like, hey, so how long have you worked here? She's like, oh, 4 years. She goes, you come here much? I said, no, I said, last time I was here was 28 years ago. She's like, oh my God. I don't even know if she was probably 28 at least. But anyway, so I'm gonna cruise here, which will take me to the pier and then to that to that tourist thing. And there's a whole, I will say the neat part 28 years later is that there's a lot of stuff to do. It's very clean here, which is really, really cool. Everyone's really nice. You know what, honestly, I think everyone's really nice in Florida as a generalization. And I think down in the Florida Keys, everyone's pretty chill. I mean, I would bet, like, Jesus, at least 80% of the people that I walk past, I mean, everyone's on vacation, right? So it's like you're not in a bad mood. It's very safe here, and so here's why I bring that up. So I'm at a meeting last night. So if you're aware of my lifestyle, then you know that when I go on vacation, I go to meetings. I went to an Alano Club last night, so if you know what that is and you like that sort of thing, they have one of those here. And I think they have about 5 meetings a day there. Several types of programs. They had like a coffee shop. Oh, you know how they have like the little, like a coffee shop basically. And so there's a guy, he was working there. He said has been there like 8.5 years. So that's pretty awesome. And then I think he said like about, I think he said like 2 months ago or something like that, he just got 30 years. So that's spectacular. So, so I don't know where I'm going right now, which is fun. And so here's what I find interesting is that even in 2017, when like the selfie stick is very popular, especially in tourist areas, and people are like doing videos and uploading to YouTube, even still, I walk around and I sit here and I talk into my camera and I got this selfie stick out and people are like, wait, what are you doing? Like it's odd or something. But I suppose if I was on my phone too and like talking, you know, people would be like, hey, what's that guy doing? Why is he like talking to his hand? Oh my God, look at the size of that thing. I've seen bigger. No. So here's another thing, actually. That was definitely not available 28 years ago. There were no cruise ships. That guy's got a selfie stick over there. That's an interesting thing. So now, okay, so I am here on a weekend, and I was just gonna say, oh, there weren't a whole bunch of people selling things to tourists along the main street, which is Duval Street. But and by that I mean like selfie sticks. And I guess, you know, again, I compare wherever I am to wherever I've been. And where I've been is in super tourist areas, where there's a lot of Asians, where there's a lot of Chinese people, and Chinese people, I mean, the stereotype of them like taking pictures like crazy, it's true, because they take pictures like crazy. This is really not, I mean, again, you know, it's 3 decades later, right? So, yes, Mike, they've upgraded a little bit, but this is like really fantastic. I mean, look at this. This just looks awesome, man. That's why they must power wash this like every year. So this is really cool. I don't remember the water being this rough. But God, can you see that? Yeah, actually, because I had like polarized glasses on, and I take that off. Man, this water is clean. Clear, green. That's pretty awesome. And it's warm. I was talking to a guy last night after the meeting, and he was sharing how he lived here now for a couple years. Before this, he was in Southern California, and he's like, yeah, it was great and everything, but it was a little expensive, and the water's freaking cold. I'm like, dude, tell me about it. I moved there. I'll never forget this, too. My experience before California had been here, South Florida. And so I'm moving to Southern California. I'm thinking, okay, cool. So I'll be there in January. The water will be a little chilly, but by like March, it'll get up to like 75, 80 degrees. No. The hottest that I think it's ever gotten is 70 degrees. So that's why I go even further into the South Pacific, i.e. Hawaii. Enchantment of the Seas is the name of that one. I don't know what cruise ship line that is, but it's one of many, I am sure. Handmade aromatherapy candles. Key West, Daytona Beach, and Miami. Fireside candle. So this guy is paying to basically sell candles to tourists. And whenever I see that, I think to myself, God, what's the rent on that place? I mean, he's in like a high tourist area. With guaranteed customers, and he's right in front of the cruise ship. So this is Mallory Square that I'm walking into right now. I don't remember this. I don't know if this was here last time. Probably it was. Oh, okay. So here's what was funny, right? So you know how you go to the Philippines and do not have that, and there's like roosters everywhere, right? So I'm here, and it's not like South Florida is like rooster territory. But one of the things that woke me up last night and this morning is roosters crowing, chickens crowing, chickens everywhere, and they're here too. But you know what, dude? It doesn't bother me. What bothers me is yapping dogs. I hate that like crazy. But these guys are like totally cool. And I know I'm bugging you, dude. I know you were like sitting down, so I apologize for that. But anyway, I like it. Maybe it's because it reminds me of the Philippines. And I like the Philippines. Restoring old buildings. So basically we're just gonna keep walking around. I need to find, oh, okay. So you know that buoy thing I told you about? So this is basically that. And so that is like a super common picture you will see of the Florida Keys. So here's a little market in here, and I have no doubt I can find postcards in here for Miriam and for Mom. So I'll grab, actually what I'll do is I'll ask this fine gentleman, do you have postcards?
Yes.
Do you mind being on camera? You do mind, okay. Just straight down? Okay, awesome. Up to the left, thank you very much, I see him. Cool, all right, so we're getting postcards, and we'll send those to Mom and Miriam. Actually, you know what, I am gonna try to send one to Gracie to see how long it takes to get to the Philippines from South Florida via mail. These ones. Very popular. You know what I totally love? Is that even 28 years later, postcards are still like 25 cents. That's pretty awesome. But the cool thing, and so here's what's funny. So in most countries that I go to when I'm traveling, I discovered that the places that sell postcards sell postage stamps, which is pretty cool. One of the things that we did when we were in Vietnam, however, is we went to, like, apparently the Saigon post office was a tourist area, and so we went, and there was tourists everywhere, and we got postage stamps. But so I asked that guy, and he said, no, we don't have stamps, but you can just go down here and take a right or do whatever, and you'll end up at the post office. So cool. So we'll go do that. It's very, there are many opportunities for tourists here, which, coming from San Diego, I mean, that's not weird. I'll tell you what's weird is this guy. That's just weird. I don't know how he stands there all day. He probably gets paid a good amount of money. So we'll go down to wherever we're supposed to go down to. And with any luck, it will be fairly well labeled. And so, you know what? So these trolley tour things, I mean, they're all over San Diego, right? You wear the sticker on your shirt, and then you get on, you get off, and they're narrated, which is nice. So, and in fact, I might even do it because, I mean, it's something cool to do. Although with this sun out, I'm a huge fan of the big shiny red ball. So I may just hang out on the beach because the wind. Oh, so that's kind of interesting. So in San Diego, if you've watched some of my other videos, you know that we had the kissing whatever, which is this thing. And this is not the same one. It is a replica. But that was in San Diego for the longest time, and then it was moved and brought back to whatever city, and then back to San Diego, and so it's there now. And it's right in front of, it's basically by the USS Midway in San Diego, down by basically near Seaport Village. And like I'm doing, and many other people do, it's a big tourist trap, big tourist spot, big camera opportunity to do that. So that's the Art History Museum. It's a maritime museum. So we may be Google mapping here in a second to to find the post office, because that'd be cool. I want to go do that, and I want to send some send these postcards off to the ladies in my life. So Mom, Miriam, and Gracie. Mom, Miriam, Mary. So, all right, we'll do that, and I'll check back in a few. Ciao. Ta-da! Okay, so success later. Got the postcards, and they are going into the U.S. Post Office. So, we shall see how long it takes to get there, and boom. You know what's funny is I actually don't even know what those postcards cost me. Oh no, I'm sorry, I know what the postcards cost me. The postcards cost me 30 cents. What I don't know is how much the stamps cost. Because I got 2 stamps, one to California, one to Boston, and one to the Philippines. But I need to make sure of the address on that. All 3 of them were $1.68. And I think taxes here are, I bought 90 cents worth of stuff and it was 96 cents. So there you go. That would mean it is probably, they round up, so probably 6.5%, maybe 6, who knows. So we're going to continue down now that I've done my chores at the post office. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I'm talking into my stick and I'm walking into tourists. It's so horrible. We'll go down to the ever popular, most taken picture in Key West spot and do that. One of the postcards actually that I sent to my mom, I think, yeah, was of this buoy. And you saw how they send them everywhere, or rather they sell them everywhere. You know what's interesting is I find myself very comfortable in places that are, well, the same. Meaning I have this like sort of generic comfortable spot. And so the way that the Florida Key, or the way the Key West looks, although it's even more touristy than Coronado, but it's very similar to Coronado. Very similar to downtown Hingham, actually. And so that's where I grew up, so one would argue that's probably why I'm comfortable there. So I'm gonna walk down. This is, what street am I on here? I am on, oh, that's pretty cool. The scenic highway begins now. So I am at the corner of Lemming and Whitehead. Whitehead goes all the way down to the end of that pier, and we'll take touristy pictures accordingly once we get there, once I get there.